couple of more pointed questions when we're talking about institution. And I'm going to move to very quickly assessment. How do schools and colleges, educations, institutions plan to assess the entire, learning and achievement during this whole virtual class? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, for me, actually, when the whole thing started, what was really a bit troubling was every sort of webinar I attended, or even where I was called in to opine, the big thing was, what are we going to do with exams? What are we going to do with tests? And I just thought that somewhere our education system had got totally pinned into assessments and
Yeah.
examination, right? And maybe this was almost like a clarion call to address that. I think the first thing that happened, at least for those whose children are in Cambridge or IB schools, both the Cambridge and the IB called off their board exams, right? One fine day, you were slogging, waiting for this big, ugly exam to get over, and then boof, it was gone. And it was almost like this, amorphous thing that just disappeared. I mean, actually, students didn't know what to do with themselves after that, because everything was so geared up towards answering an exam that there was nothing better that they could do once the exam was called off. But I think that in itself tells you that both these boards found a way to assess these children, right? These are children who are going to now apply to universities with a very, very different parameter of being given the grade. And I think it's probably the best time that all of us educators sat down to understand what exactly assessment can be about, how it can be effective as a measure of a child's learning and not the enormous stress that is associated with it. How can we make it effective so that such that it tests students' skills of thinking and the typical 21st century skills, problem solving, rather than adhering to a format, adhering to a system that can be cracked and those grades achieved. I think it is a wake-up call. I mean, we've been talking reforms in education for ages. The national education policy is in the making for that very reason. And all of a sudden, we've been told, it's such a shake-up that if we
Mhm.
don't use this opportunity now to review what assessments can do and what exams are about, I really think we would have lost a mammoth opportunity in the journey of education itself. So,
Okay.